Hello, you join me today in our family car, which is an A4 Avant TDI S-Line Quattro 170 or something like that, and it's quite a good family car actually. There's room up front for me and my wife. It's reasonably well appointed and well equipped, and in the back there's space for our two children and things, and room in the boot for the buggy and some shopping, etc. Today we've been invited to my friend's house, which is in North London. We live south of South London, so we have to drive around the M25, which is known as the most dreary road in the UK. So I thought, why don't we try and all fit into the Jaguar and go up there in that. So I'm on my way now in this car to where I keep the Jaguar, and we'll try and see if we can get things like child seats in the back. We don't need the buggy today, but I'll give the buggy a go at squeezing in the boot and see how we get on. So the Jaguar XK8 Coupe is a 2+2, so that means it's got two full-size seats up front and two occasional rear seats. Actually, looking at the seats in the Jaguar, there is very little legroom at all. So if you had well, luggage or a baby which has just a smaller child seat, that might be okay. But my children, Alex, who's just turned 4, and Charlotte, who's just turned 2, have these bigger child seats actually swivel. So this car, this Audi estate, has 4 doors, so the seats kind of swivel so you can get the children in and out of the car easier. But that adds quite a lot of bulk to the seat base, and completely unnecessary in the Jaguar, but they're the only car seats we've got, so we're going to have to see if we can make them fit. Right, this is the back of the Audi, and you can see the two car seats here. They're quite bulky, but we'll attempt to remove them and get them in the back of the Jag. You can see they're fairly grim, biscuit crumbs, original Empire Strikes Back Boba Fett, and an MGB GT that's seen better days. So yeah, let's see how we get on. It's a bit tight. A little bit. A little bit tight, isn't it?
Why Charlotte's coming?
I'm not sure about this.
Charlotte.
And this is how much room I've got.
There's lots of things in your cars here.
None. So the rear seats really are useless. Not enough room in the back. Hi, so back in the XK8 after yesterday's debacle, not being able to get the child seats in the back of the car. So in order to give my son a ride in the Jag, as he hasn't been in it actually going along before, I've moved the child seat to the front of the car, and it fits fine. In the UK there's various rules and regulations about having children's seats in cars and where they should be and that kind of thing. And you're allowed to put a car seat in the front of a car, but it's recognised that the safest place for a child is actually in the back, and that's based on statistics for front passengers. People kind of say that these statistics don't really tell the whole story, because the majority of cars have front occupants, therefore that's why there's higher risk to front occupant drivers. But I think what is widely acknowledged is that the safest place for a restrained occupant is the furthest away from the crash. So if you get rear-ended in a car with no boot, then if you're in the back, then you're not safe there. And if you're smashed in the front and you've got a car with a short bonnet, then you're not safe there either. So I don't feel too bad in this car because the bonnet and the boot are very long. Side impact, I guess, is a slightly different story, but there's a lot of distance between me sitting here and Alex once he takes his seat, and kind of crashes to the front and back. And we won't be travelling fast anyway. The other thing to be aware of with child seats in cars is the airbag system. So this particular XK8 has a more sophisticated system than was on the first model of XK8. I think in 2002 or 2003 they introduced this sophisticated system where it weighs the front passenger and also uses these sort of ultrasonic sensors to determine the size and position of them, so that airbags are only deployed if necessary. Certainly when I was driving along with just the seat in the car, the airbag was deactivated, so I will probably deactivate the airbag manually anyway, because you don't want an airbag hitting a kid. That's kind of a no-no. And the seat is all the way back on its runners to try and get furthest away from the dash as well. So yeah, just a short drive, show Alex the sights and sounds of the XK8. I hope he enjoys it. What do you like better, Alex, the green car or the white car?
The white car.
You like the white car better? Why do you like the white car better? Because you did.
What do you like?
I don't know.
You like green one?
Yeah, I like the green one and I like the white one.
I like the green one and the white one too.
Yeah. Ready to go through the tunnel?
Yeah. Ready, steady, go! That's a little bit loud.
That's a little bit loud.
Tiny bit.
Tiny bit loud. Are you ready for another tunnel, Alex? Yeah.
That one.
Yeah, ready?
Steady, go.
Steady, go. Was that funny?
Yeah. That's big a bit now.
That's a bigger bit loud. Okay, so I'm back home now after taking Alex out in the XK8, and just reflecting on the question really, is an XK8 a suitable family car? And in summary, not really. With child seats you can't really get anything in the back but the child seats. Maybe if you had some older children who don't use child seats, you might be able to squeeze them in, but it's not going to be particularly comfortable. But whether you can enjoy your XK8 with your family, well, certainly you can, just one person at a time. Yeah, so yesterday wasn't a complete write-off. Well, not being able to get the children in the back, we still went to my friend's house, had a good time, and even saw on the way back a nice Triumph Stag on the motorway, which was lovely to see, although the children were already asleep and missed out. But yeah, good fun all the same, and it was good fun making the video too. Just a closing point, I'm here actually in my basement, or my sort of man cave, if you will. I'll give you a quick tour while we're down here. So as you can see, got some old motorsport posters here. Got the all-important drinks fridge with nothing in it. Support a model of an MG driving along some scenery. Telly, some more models, some Star Wars stuff, Darth Vader, some James Bond books, a 50s helmet from some sort of motorsport, whether it's motorcycles or car racing, I don't know, and some reproduction goggles, lots of car literature, and also some like World War II stuff. So this is an original altimeter from an aircraft, and also I think this broken TIE fighter is actually some pretty old binoculars, 1918, so that's end of First World War rather than Second World War, so some old stuff there. Anywho, I'll be making some more sort of random videos like this, so I hope you enjoyed it. And until the next time, have a good one. Bye.